All right, it's Malik here, back on the floor, PAX West 2017. We're going to talk games. That's what PAX is all about, right? I'm joined today by Steve, who is brand manager of Team 17. How's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Thank you.
All right, and you mentioned before we start that you were also at Gamescom, so no rest for the weary, huh?
Yeah, so I was at Gamescom like for a full week, like one day back in the office, and then flying straight out here to Seattle. Lots of jet lag to get over, but you know, it's video games, man. So here we are.
There you go. Well, it's day 4, so this is the last day.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a bit about Team 17 as a whole. Tell us a bit about the company.
Yeah, sure. So we are an indie dev at heart, so we've been obviously in the industry for like 28 years now, but we've also started our own indie games label, so we sort of like a publishing kind of thing, so helping, you know, indies get out there into the market and help bring the games out sort of thing. We've been doing that for 3 years now, and you know, we've been going from strength to strength. Like, everyone's really loving the stuff that we do.
Nice. So let's get into some of these games. Let's start with the Escapist. The Escapist is recently released. I'll come on this side so you guys can get a look at the screen. So Escapist was a huge game, obviously. Yeah. Tell us a bit about what's new in Escapist 2.
So one of the biggest things about the Escapist 2 is bringing in the online multiplayer. It was one of the biggest things that the community was asking for the first title. So that's kind of there, and obviously we've sort of slightly improved art style and graphics. Well, it's just taken like a different sort of twist, sort of like bringing it to that next level. But certainly the online multiplayer is what is the core thing. But also, it's just kind of trying to make it bigger, better scale, like, you know, like with most sort of sequels kind of thing.
Exactly. Most sequels are bigger and better. So that is awesome. Yeah. So it just recently. What are the platforms that the game's on?
What? Sorry. Oh, the platforms. Yeah. It's on all platforms. So it's on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation 4, and we are currently working on the Switch version as well.
Fantastic. I really love the original. I haven't got to play the sequel, but it looks great, so I can't wait to pick it up. Awesome. All right, so let's move on over here. We're going to talk. Tell us a bit about what we're seeing here on this screen.
Here is Sword Legacy Omen. It's a tactical RPG game that we're bringing. Well, it's an RPG. It's like a strategy game. So turn-based combat set in like Arthurian legends, so like old English. So I think what they call it is like Candlepunk themes. Yeah, so essentially you've got like Merlin in there and all that sort of stuff. It's you know, kind of like just planning out the different just battle areas by using the environment around you and all that sort of stuff.
Nice. I love the look. I love the top down, and it looks like it's a lot of strategy.
Yeah. So it's got this sort of like Fire Emblem kind of feels to it, kind of thing.
Perfect. All right, let's move on to more Team 17 games on this side here. Tell us what we're looking at here. I see looks like a first-person shooter.
So this is Genesis Alpha 1. It's a really interesting title. So it's got the first-person perspective, obviously, like FPS shooting and stuff, but it's also got a whole sort of shipbuilding mechanic as well. Ooh. So, because essentially the story of the game is that you're trying to find, you know, this like Genesis place where, you know, people can live and expand and all that sort of stuff. But on the way you start cloning, so the different sort of aliens that you meet along the way, you can sort of create more crew members, and then once you die, if you get killed in the game, you pass on to the lower ranking member, and it's got that kind of like roguelike aspects. It's got a whole lot of stuff going on, but obviously, you know, it's built in UE4, looks lovely, and you know, it's an awesome game. Like the guys are super talented.
Nice, and I love all the different elements that you're talking about in the game, because I think as independent game developers, it's really fascinating seeing how the developers take a different take. They take a core kind of gameplay, and they add some stuff. Tell us a bit about how important it is to kind of add that extra little hook.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of the biggest things, because obviously, you know, with indie games is that it needs to have something unique, something that, you know, something different that can really bring players in. Because obviously there's so many games out there that I've got a pile of games that I need to get through myself, and it's something that really brings it in. You know, that's what grabs people's attention. That's what's, you know, super important.
Awesome. And it's nice to hear that somebody else has a crazy backlog.
Yeah.
I just can't ever get through my backlog. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to end with a very special game on the Switch. It's called Yakus Island Express. Tell us a bit about this game. You showed me it before. It looks great. Tell us a bit about it.
So Yakus Island Express is a pinball platforming adventure game. So taking that core platforming mechanic of, you know, jumping around and sort of flipping that around, pardon the pun. So you're actually using pinball mechanics to get around there. So it's got a non-linear story, so it's got like open world sort of feeling to it as well. So eventually, once you start to meet all the different characters around. You know, you can choose which way you want to navigate the actual island itself. It's got a little bit of Metroidvania in there as well, because you start to earn new abilities, and with those new abilities you can access different areas. So here you can see there's a sort of earthquakes in the background, because the main concept of the story of the game is that there is an ancient island god that's sort of having like a restless sleep, and there's all these quakes. So Yaku is the new postman, and on his way he's basically trying to figure out what's going on.
Nice. And so you mentioned that the game takes a few of the traditional platforming elements, like, you know, jumping, and kind of adds a pinball element, and that goes back to the kind of like the new hook for the game.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about how that works in this game.
So essentially, it's taking that pinball mechanic and using that as, like, you know, in other platforming games a lot of time that you just sort of jump around and navigate that way. So with this, the guys who are developing Villa Gorilla, the guys out in Sweden, they thought, okay, so what does pinball mechanics mean? You know, what can we do to sort of flip it on its head? So they thought, okay, so we can build this huge, amazing world, and then just each part is like, it's like little mini pinball tables, and they're all interconnecting sort of stuff. So I think that just brings something really, really unique that, you know, that so far I've not seen a game that's like it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love, you know, sometimes it seems like that can make the game harder to develop, but you really, as a gamer, see how much work and how much time and dedication goes into the game. Yeah, exactly. When a developer is willing to put that kind of love and attention into a new mechanic. Yeah. So you mentioned before we started about the art assets, how they're all like completely brand new. Tell us a bit about the look of the game.
Yeah, sure. So as you can see, you know, it's a really beautiful game, but the lead artist is a guy called Matthias. He's an awesomely super talented guy, but everything is like hand drawn, and it's all like their own custom engine. So it's just been created completely from the ground up, and yeah, it is a visually stunning game.
It really is. It really is. Awesome. So we see this on the Nintendo Switch. Is this the only console that it's a platform available on?
No, a game coming to all platforms. You know, we're hoping to do all sim ships, so all same day, and it's going to be coming in early. Well, 2018. We're not 100% certain yet where it's going to be. Ready when it's ready, right? Yeah, exactly. You know, keep it in the oven.
Awesome. Yeah. So these are four fantastic games from Team 17. Thank you so much, Steve, for joining us. Cheers, this has been fantastic, and enjoy the rest of your day 4 of PAX.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Back to the rest of the show.